This is an interesting one, and we kind of did a little bit of this back when this was really hitting the news as well, when this story got out. But it's an old book. But here we go. This is from The Sun, one of our favorites, right? The Sun.co.uk, one of our favorite tabloids out of the UK. Because, of course, well, all the best tabloids come out of the United Kingdom, because apparently I'm told from our friends in the UK you can't get real news out there at all, and you have to get your news from Russia these days. So just FYI. But here we go. This is from The Sun, and even the folks in the United Kingdom laugh at The Sun. But anyway, so headline is this. Scientists predicted a man named Elon would colonize Mars in book written 70 years ago. All right, so Elon Musk's plot to colonize the other worlds may have been predicted by a German scientist 70 years ago. Writing in his 1952 science fiction novel Project Mars, engineer Wernher von Braun, right? Remember him? He's actually the Nazi that came over in Operation Paperclip. He's the guy responsible for the V2 Saturn rocket. He's the guy that basically launched NASA, all right? Wernher von Braun. So he's not just any regular old scientist. This is the guy, right? This is the guy. So here we go. Writing in his 1952 science fiction novel Project Mars, engineer Wernher von Braun described a man called Elon who ruled over the Red Planet. One passage of the book, a fantasy blueprint for a human expedition to Mars, detailed that a Martian government was created led by 10 men. These men worked under a leader elected by universal suffrage for 5 years under the name or title of Elon. E-L-O-N, right? Exactly. And so von Braun was one of the most influential scientists of the 20th century and a key figure in the development of rocket technology in Nazi Germany. Following World War II, he was secretly moved to the United States and became a pioneer of space technology for NASA. Exactly. That von Braun. The same one. So anyway, interestingly, so he dabbled in some science fiction as well, and we've got quotes from him, from other people, from Carol Rosen, who's actually said that she was privy to von Braun describing the fake alien invasion, right? And so a lot of the Project Bluebeam stuff comes from that quote that's been attributed to Braun, but of course von Braun. But of course, there's only one actual source for that would be Carol Rosen. So anyway, I digress a little bit there, but it's worth noting and mentioning that he's such a prominent figure in NASA and basically space, like anything space, that cool that this story kind of comes up, and now he's maybe some sort of Nostradamus of sorts, and the guy he predicted going to Mars and being the leader of the Mars colony is actually called the Elon. So anyway, let's see. Project Mars may have been science fiction, but it included scientific calculations for how humans might travel to Mars. The book's spooky prediction was unearthed a few years ago, but resurfaced this week on social media. That's why. So I knew that at some point in the past, these things, it did happen, because I remember reading this story and talking about the Elon and Mars and this just a little bit on Troubled Minds. But in this instance, it's back on social media, I guess, because maybe we're getting closer to sending Elon Musk to Mars, or he's sending himself, or whatever's going on here. But anyway, in one passage, von Braun described 2 houses in Parliament that enacted laws administered by Elon and his cabinet. The upper house was called the Council of the Elders and contained 60 people, each of whom was named for life by Elon himself. And 70 years later, Elon Musk is one of a handful of billionaires with plans to colonize the Red Planet within the next few decades. His company, SpaceX, recently became the first private outfit to launch NASA astronauts into space. And there you go. We all know the rest of that. But anyway, interesting that, like I said, it is a work of fiction, but it was written by Wernher von Braun, of all people, the main actual rocket scientist that came over from Nazi Germany after World War II and helped get the hey, chill out. Every time I do this show, my dog freaks out. Let's see. Axel actually says in the chat, new mushroom paper actually looks kind of convincing. Well, okay, except they're going off the same tired images, right? Am I right? If I'm wrong there, that's okay. It's okay. I'm like I said, I don't ever profess to be right about jack shit anyway, so it's okay. All right, so we got this phone call coming back. Let's take this and keep going, and let's go. Let's talk. You're on Troubled Minds with Mike. And you just hung up on me. All right. I don't know what's going on, but But yeah, do call, please. Get your ass back to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. And yeah, call back. Call back. That's twice. That's strike 2, bro. Or sis or whatever. All right. So anyway, oddly enough, right? So if you guys are interested in that book, again, it is called, what is this book called? Mars Project. Mars Project. Or was it Project Mars? What was it? Yeah, Project Mars, science fiction novel written by Werner von Braun. So if you're interested in that, I haven't actually read it, but I think I should probably dig that one up, and I'll bet you there's some other interesting tidbits that could make a great Troubled Mind show. But okay, so that's what's up. So far, so good. News is news, and the conspiracy persists.